Hello, welcome to libbystamps.com. I'm going to show you today how to make these little Santa boxes that hold these tubes of M&Ms for Christmas, and they have a little poem that goes on the back. I'll put that on my blog. Poem's not mine, it's by Pam Ridenal, and you can find it quite easily on the internet. Our envelope punch board, and I might talk to you about that first. Alright, so for the belt, for Santa's belt or his belly band that we're going to put on here, you need a piece that's 1.5 centimetres wide by 18 centimetres long. Alright, now to give the little belt look, I've used the envelope punch board, so you need to actually, see if I can do this back to front, pop it right in against the edge and push as far as it'll go, and then punch down and flip it over, push as far as it'll go and punch down. Alright, and then we've got our little rounded bit, and that's all we need our envelope punch board for. Now for the belly band, so the opposite end to where you've just rounded the end, so you're going to do it at 1.5 and then 5, and I'll put all these on my blog, 9.5 and 13. Alright, so that's my belly band out of the way, and while we've got our punches organised, I'll just on the silver glimmer paper use the little mini postage stamp punch and punch out just one square. Then you're going to come in with the mini curly label punch, and you're going to line that up so that the postage stamp one is in about the middle of the curly label, and you're going to punch down. Alright, then we've got our belts, and the other punch we're using today is our sweetheart punch, and you're just going to punch that out of basic black, and that's going to be the feet. So we've done with our punches and we've made our little bits. Alright, you also need a piece of ribbon, and I'm just using the cotton ribbon here, and about 75 centimetres. I've been a bit generous. If you're making a few of these you could use less, but 75 centimetres I find gives you enough tying room at the top. Alright, I'm using some real red, and my measurements for this are 19 centimetres long by 17.5 centimetres wide. Now on the 17.5 centimetre side, or on the long side, I'm going to score out 15.5, which is there. So I'm going to score with my scoring tool. Now on the other side I'm going to score at 4.5. Alright, so that's all the scoring for that, and then we're going to make a lid, and we're doing the lid will be 8.5 by 7.5, and just score at approximately 2 centimetres. So just this side of the 2 centimetre mark, because you want the lid to be a little tiny bit bigger than the box itself. And we may as well, while we've got the lid out, go ahead and make the lid. So I just get my snips, and I'm just going to make a little wedge, and I'm just going to pull those little wedges out if they haven't already fallen out, which they have. and I'm just going to score that up. So burnish on the score lines that you've made, and you've got almost got your lid made. I'm using Tombow today, so you use a fair bit of Tombow, so keep it upside down in a container on your table. That just helps keep the glue running. Alright, so you're going to put Tombow on the right side on each of these little squares, and I don't worry too much because once it's glued, it stays glued. So we're just going to pull those in and up. Same on both sides, and pull the ends up. Alright, so that's our lid made. Now we're going to do our box itself. Now you've got about 1.5 centimetre turnover on one end, so I'm going to burnish all the scores. Alright, now the cutting we need to do, we need to cut this section out all together, and then these ones you're going to cut again with a bit of a wedge. Alright, so we're going to put some glue on this little skinny edge first. Now you need to put it right against the crease so that you get a nice adhesion there. I actually make a bit of a rectangle with my Tombow. You don't need a lot, and then fold that over and hold it down until it sticks. Alright, now that's the back of our box where our seam is. So we're going to fold the two edges in, and we're going to fold the back in. We're going to put some glue on the front so that it actually folds towards the back when you've glued your box together. Our M&Ms will actually go in there now, and we can put the lid on if you want to. Alright, so that's the basic of our box. Now we just need to put the other bits together, so I'll just pull it apart again. Now with our ribbon, what I did with the box was I roughly estimated the centre, and I just put a little line of glue. I estimated the centre of the ribbon just by folding and holding roughly the centre, and then you just hold that on until it adheres. And we're going to put our feet on last, and you'll see why shortly. Now our ribbon, you don't want it to go all the way to the top because you've got to put your lid on, so you need to leave about 2 centimetres. So I just put a tiny bit of glue on the ribbon on both sides, but I'll just do one side to start with and show you. And what I actually did was just popped it in the box to keep it out of the way. Now I've only put glue to about there, so the rest of it's sort of fairly free flowing, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Leave it inside the box so it doesn't get in the way of doing the other pieces. Now if you put the lid on now, just for the time being, that helps when you're doing the belt. Now you've got a little 1.5 centimetre bit here. That's going to go on the front of your box, so this is going to be the front. So when you look at your box, the front of your box, the closure actually faces away from you towards the back. So we've got our front, and I'm just going to put roughly some glue down the centre and just wrap it around and hold it till it adheres, and make sure they cross over in the front when you come round to the front. And if you need to, just give the little edges a pinch so they all adhere. Alright, then our last bit of our belt is our little buckle that we made earlier. I just put a little bit of glue. When you look at the buckle, it can go portrait or landscape way. It's up to you. I quite like it going portrait because it covers the belt nicely, and I put that in the centre there. So now you can see our boxes coming together. Alright, then we've got our poem. Now the poem's quite lovely, the M&M Christmas story. So we're going to turn our box over. We're going to put some glue on our poem. Alright, now, so that's our box so far, and we just need to add some feet. So onto our heart, I come about, I don't know, I suppose a third of the way up and put some glue like that. Right, so line it up on your grid paper and stick it on. And I stick it on so, and I hope my head's not in the way now. So there's our Santa. Now all we need to do is take the lid off again, take our ribbon out, pop our M&Ms in, and these are still totally sealed and they've got all the ingredients on them, and I think that's important, otherwise you've got to write all that on yourself when you're doing a market. So I like to keep packaging on the product, and then you just tie your bow on the top. There's our little Santa box and his friends and all his friends. Anyway, you've got the idea, so I'm glad you were able to stop by today and share this project with me, and I hope you've got someone you can give it to for Christmas. So thanks for stopping by today. See you again soon. Bye for now.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it a better place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind.